So Sony drops some major news. Sony teases as well news later this month. New PlayStation 3 games on PlayStation 5 development. Those are the stories we're going to cover today. And if you could hit that like button on the video, thank you to those that do it. And as always, it's very much appreciated. First, yes or no, are you playing Stellar Blade or not? This doesn't relate to the video today, but I'm currently still playing the game. I'm near the end of the game at this point. I'm curious who else is also still playing. So comment below, yes or no, if you're still playing Stellar Blade or not. Let me know down in the comments below. Now, diving into the first story of the video, Sony teases future later this month. Reading from Games Radar, Sony Group is set to reveal its long-term vision, including Sony Interactive Entertainment's role in that later this month in a new message sent to Sony Interactive Entertainment staff. Sony President Hiroki Totoki, who's also set to become Sony Interactive Entertainment's chairman in June, talks about the company's incredibly bright future as Sony moves ahead with its vision. Later this month, you will learn more about the long-term vision for Sony Group and the essential role Sony Interactive Entertainment, PlayStation, plays in that vision, Totoki writes. As I mentioned previously, fiscal 2024 marks the start of the mid-range plan period for Sony Group, in which we will set the course for sustainable growth. The future is incredibly bright for Sony Interactive Entertainment, and that is thanks to all of you. So this coming out got people excited because of the potential showcase later this month, but Hiroki here is most likely referring to Sony's corporate strategy meeting happening on May 23rd. I will say Sony's showcase last year happened the following week, 6 days after the corporate strategy meeting in May of 2023, so that could be the case this year as well. If it happens like it did last year, then this year's showcase could happen on May 29th or sometime in the last week of May. We'll see how that goes, of course. And if you're enjoying the video so far, hit that subscribe button and join our growing community on our way to 150,000 subscribers. Now, diving into the second story of the video, Sony dropped some major news. So this was a pretty huge story because we've been waiting to see who's going to replace Jim Ryan, and Sony have officially confirmed the news. Replacing Jim Ryan will not just be one CEO, it'll be two, Hermen Hulst and Hideki Nishino. Hermen Hulst will now become the CEO of the new studio business group responsible for all PlayStation game content, as well as bringing its franchises to new mediums such as film and television. And Hideki Nishino will be CEO of Sony Interactive Entertainment's platform business group, which will see him continue to be responsible for technology, products and services, and platform experience, as well as third-party publisher and developer relationships and commercial operations, including sales and marketing of hardware, services, and peripherals. So a lot there for Hideki Nishino outside of studio work for Hermen Hulst. They will both report to Hiroki Totoki, who will be chairman. All of this will be effective June 1st, 2024. This is pretty crazy to see. I don't think I've seen two CEOs like this for PlayStation before, so this is definitely a big change in how things will work at PlayStation going forward. I'm really curious to see how things change in the next few years with these two at the helm. But you guys let me know if you're happy by having two CEOs or not. Let me know down in the comments below.
This film opens the door to the world of iconic.
And now diving into the final story of the video, new PlayStation 3 games on PlayStation 5 development update. So we've been following emulation in general for a while now on the channel. The PlayStation 5 now has PS1 and PSP emulation. It has PS2 games, some of them the same ones that were on the PlayStation 4 with the PS2 Classics program. They haven't produced a new emulator, but we know now an external studio is working on bringing PlayStation 2 games to PlayStation 5, so we're waiting to see the outcome of that. As for PlayStation 3, we've heard years ago from people like Jeff Grubb and Moore's Law is Dead that Sony is working on a PlayStation 3 emulator, but according to Jeff Grubb, it'll take time. They have something in the works behind the scenes, but it needs time. According to Moore's Law is Dead, Sony has a functioning PlayStation 3 emulator that even works on PlayStation 4, but not all games run properly on PlayStation 4. Some do, but it's not as viable yet. The gist has been it's in the works, but it's not as good as it needs to be. Then we have Rithian, who's another person we've followed on the channel who's discussed the topic. He's been consistently saying that Sony does have a PlayStation 3 emulator in the works, but it's rough. He explained in the past that the problem has been that the PlayStation 3 emulator does work, but games are running at below native PlayStation 3 resolution, sometimes at less than 30 FPS, which is obviously not something Sony wants, considering Xbox has 360 games running at 4K resolution with boosted FPS. Sony probably wants something similar or better than what it was running on PlayStation 3, or I assume at least as good as it was running on PlayStation 3 with better resolution. For example, they have a game like Call of Duty Black Ops 2 running on this emulator at 540p 20 FPS max, according to Rithian, which is obviously not great. Their own emulators for PlayStation Portable and PlayStation 1 also have benefits like enhanced resolution, so I assume they want something similar to that for the PlayStation 3. Rithian last year commented saying PlayStation 3 emulation wasn't in the cards anymore, which isn't great to hear, but recently he commented on the situation, adding more information. He stated this: "Not even close. PlayStation 3 emulation is back on halt. Same issue as before. Same native resolution as PlayStation 3 on PlayStation 5, but the frame rates for most titles do not even match the original PlayStation 3 release. PlayStation 6 will 100% definitely have it. Sony Interactive Entertainment is very mad PlayStation 5 isn't able to do it." So again, he's consistent with the performance being an issue. They have a PlayStation 3 emulator, it works, but the performance is not good. But the thing he adds here that's different from before is that he's saying it will be a PlayStation 6 thing, which makes me wonder if Sony is just going to brute force this emulation process with power, because you'd think if this emulator runs on PlayStation 4, it would run much better on PlayStation 5, but performance apparently is not good on there either. So PlayStation 6 will brute force it with strength, or are they going to add specific technology to assist with this emulation on PlayStation 6? This generation has 3 to 4 years left, so I assume we're going to hear more on this topic closer to then. If this is the case, Moore's Law is Dead seems to have more confidence for it coming to PlayStation 5, and my theory was that Sony maybe is waiting for more players to be on PlayStation 5 than PlayStation 4 to just offer PlayStation 3 emulation on PlayStation 5, because imagine paying the same PlayStation Plus premium price on the PlayStation 4 and not getting PlayStation 3 emulation. Maybe Sony doesn't want that bad press. I'm not really sure. That's what we have now. I'll update you guys if anything else comes up on the topic, as I always do. But you guys let me know if you think PlayStation 3 emulation will come out on PlayStation 5, or you think it's going to be a PlayStation 6 thing. Let me know down in the comments below. And if you guys did enjoy this video, please hit that like button, as it always helps, and subscribe if you're new. I got new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and now I'll check you guys out on the next one. And welcome back to the after show. This is the part of the video where we have a little fun down in the comments below. If you're old, welcome back. If you're new, welcome. For today's thing, what I want you guys to do is to body, obliterate, destroy, and overall harass the comment section with "Make it a big one." It's been a while since we've had a really good showcase. I want to say 2021 was the last really big showcase. You know, God of War, Spider-Man, Wolverine. That was a pretty big showcase. I hope this upcoming one, now that they have all these games like Rebirth, Helldivers, Stellar Blade, Rise of the Ronin, they're all out, and every other first-party game, you know, that we've been waiting for is out. I hope they start to showcase the big future that we have next. And next year is the 30th year of PlayStation, so I expect some big games to release next year. So hopefully this upcoming showcase is the big one. If you're hoping it's the big one as well, destroy the comment section with "Make it a big one," and I'll definitely heart those comments like I always do, because I appreciate everybody who stays to the end of my videos. And now I'll check you guys out on the next one.